Hey, sweetie.
Hey, no, ma'am. I'm Corey.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Josh is gonna go back in and talk to Phoebe a little bit. So I just wanted to come back in so that way we can kind of continue on going through, okay? Maybe to make it a little bit easier, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit. Victoria's birthday was
Just yesterday.
just yesterday, right? Okay. And what were you guys gonna do for Victoria's birthday?
We were gonna celebrate it today.
Okay. What was did you guys have a
The
plan?
Park Above.
The part,
At the Park Above. It's up in the rancho.
okay, okay.
Nice.
You guys just
Just
have
have
friends
free,
and cake and,
Mm.
okay. How do you, I mean, does that make you, it's hard, huh? Okay. She was your baby.
I can't imagine my mother without her. Now I have to.
Why'd you name her Victoria?
I always said if I had a girl, I'd name her Victoria.
Okay. And she was 10, just turned 10? Yeah. What were some of her favorite things to do?
Color, math,
Math.
gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
Mhm.
Okay. What did she do? Like tumbling in
Cartwheels.
gymnastics? Okay. Wow. You're gonna miss her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just worried about my son.
Well, and I want you to be able to be there for your son. Okay.
I'm worried about my life now too.
Well, can you kind of tell me why you're worried?
Because I'm afraid they're gonna come back and kill me. I don't even want to stay home now.
Okay.
I want to get out of there.
Here's the thing. They can't come back and kill you as long as you're honest and allow us to do our job. Okay? Makes sense? So, when we left before, we were talking about how, and you said around 4 or 5, that you noticed that there was the meth on the table, right? And then what time, kind of explain to me that again, what time did Victoria come home and when did you notice the meth was gone?
She gets home about 4:30 because the bus gets there about 4. So
Okay.
she went to her friend's house because she didn't see me at the bus stop.
Okay.
And her friend sent her back to the house around 4:30, 4:45, around there. And then that's about the time that me and Fabian, we got back at about 4:50, 5 o'clock,
Okay.
around there.
And where were you and Fabian at?
We went to his uncle's.
Okay. Okay.
And we came back and that's when I saw the bag on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Take your time.
And I went to use the restroom
Mm-hmm.
and I came back and it was gone. And
Okay.
Victoria was the only one in the living room. So then she said she started feeling tired, so she was gonna go to bed.
Okay.
So she went in there.
She went into her room? Okay.
And never came back out.
Okay. Did you, what happened next? Did you go check on it?
I always check on her.
Mm-hmm.
When I checked on her, she seemed to be breathing. Because I checked, I always look at her stomach. See it was going up and down. And that was the last time that I checked on her.
Okay. And what happened next?
So then after that,
Okay.
Fabian said he was gonna go check on her for me. So he went to go check on her, and that was the time she wasn't breathing. And that's when he told me, she's not breathing.
And what did you do?
I got up and, what do you mean she's not breathing?
Okay.
And then I looked on the table and put the notice that the bag was gone. I was like, did she get a hold of that? And they're like, she might have. I
Okay.
was like, what was the only thing there?
And where was the bag at?
On the living room table,
Okay.
on the coffee table.
And did you ever see it after it went missing?
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
So then Jessica went to get the knife, and I asked her where she's going with that.
Okay.
She said we're gonna dispose of the body.
So let's back up just a little bit, okay? Because you're skipping around. So Fabian tells you she's not breathing. Did you go check on her?
I did.
Okay. And tell me about that. What did you see?
Just her laying there.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to call the cops because then they probably would have stopped me from trying to do that.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do.
There's another reason that you didn't call the police though, isn't there? Why didn't you call police?
Because there was drugs in the house.
Okay.
And I didn't want them to think it was mine because it's not.
Okay. And I understand. That I understand. Okay. I mean, there's drugs in the house. You don't want to get in trouble. Okay. So you check on your daughter. And what do you find? It's okay.
She wasn't breathing when I went in there.
Okay. Was she dead?
She was.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I know that this is not your fault.
I feel like it is.
It's not.
That's how they want me to feel.
That is how they want you to feel. They want you to feel like you did this and it's your fault, but it's not.
Did anybody go in the room in between when you checked on her and when the first time and the second time?
I'm not sure because I went to use the bathroom.
Okay.
Can I clarify something with your times a little bit? When did you and Fabian go to his brother's house to buy some weed? When was that? Was that before this or after?
It was before this.
Okay.
Because I wasn't home. I wasn't home to get Victoria at the bus stop. And then that's what made her go to her friend's house.
Okay.
And then her friend sent her back to the house when Jessica was there. So
So
I don't know what went on when I wasn't there.
Okay.
do you remember when you and Fabian were back in the parking lot? When you guys got back to
Me
the
and him were
apartment?
sitting in the car.
Okay. And you guys, what were you doing?
We were listening to the music.
Okay. And what did you see with Jessica? What happened with Jessica?
She was coming down the stairs with my daughter in a blanket.
And why was that?
I don't know.
You do know.
So
let's-
she killed her.
Let's back up.
I'm just trying to get the times right, because it's kind of getting a little confusing, do you know what I mean?
So let's back up to where you find her and she's dead on the bed. Okay? What happens from there? There's a conversation between you and Fabian and Jessica. What is that conversation?
He said if I tell anybody that I'm gonna be the next one,
Okay.
they threatened me.
And what did you guys decide to do with your daughter? With Victoria? Your baby girl. This is your 10-year-old baby girl, Victoria. What did you guys decide to do?
They put me in the bathtub.
Okay. What happened then? Because you were there and you saw and you watched. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. So what was the discussion about what was going to be done with Victoria?
I don't remember the discussion.
But you knew what was going to happen.
I knew they were gonna get rid of it, but I didn't know. I forgot this discussion.
You forgot the discussion.
I don't remember it.
Okay. What happened? What happened next? What happened?
They said that if I say anything, they just kept threatening me.
Okay.
That if I say anything, I'm gonna be the next one. Or I better not fall asleep. So then I just left.
So you left?
There was nothing else I could do. I didn't know what to do.
You're missing a whole bunch of time in there. Whole bunch of time. Gotcha. So, from the time you find your daughter and she's dead, Victoria is dead in her room, am I right? And then you leave. What happened in between that time? I know it's hard.
And before that was the time I saw Jessica stabbing her in the stomach.
Okay.
And then with the pillow over it.
So explain the whole pillow over her head. What was that for?
Because it's a grip to hold her hands.
So was she already
Because she
dead?
was already.
Oh, okay. So you see her and she's, can you kind of explain to me, she's holding her hands
And Jessica's holding her hands, and Fabian was cutting her arm.
So they were cutting her arms off in the bedroom.
And then they put it in the bathtub.
Okay. When did they start cutting her leg off?
After they were,
After what?
after her arm.
After her? Okay. So what you're saying is Jessica was holding her arms and Fabian was cutting? Okay. So Fabian had the knife at that point? Okay. But you said that Jessica stabbed her in the stomach? Okay. Why?
It's like they were taking turns at her.
Okay. And when you saw this, you didn't call 911 because you were afraid that the cops were gonna know that there were drugs in the house?
And that they were gonna kill me right there on the spot.
Okay. Okay.
Or else I would have.
So at what time does Jessica carry your daughter down the stairs? Is this before or after they cut her up?
After.
So she was already cut up?
No, that's when they put her in the bathtub. It was before. Before they cut her, because then they put her other pieces in the bathtub.
So she carried her downstairs to you guys when you guys were in the car before they cut her up? And so she was basically asking, are you guys ready to do this? Okay.
So then, just so we're clear, you knew that Victoria was dead, right? And then you and Fabian left for a little bit to go to his brother's house? Is that correct? I'm just trying to
That's
get
when I
the
came
time.
back. When I came back.
When you came back? But we have people saying that you and Fabian were sitting in the car when Jessica was on the stairs holding Victoria in a blanket.
That's how I knew.
That's how you knew she was dead? Okay, so then let me back up. Victoria told you she was sleepy and was gonna go to bed, right? You checked on her a little bit, a little bit after that, you said she was breathing, right? Then you and Fabian left to go get marijuana from his brother? And I don't care about the marijuana,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure.
Yeah.
Then you guys left, then when you came back, Jessica was holding Victoria, right?
Yes.
That's when you went up and that's when you knew for sure she was dead?
Yes.
And what did Jessica tell you about how she died?
She told me she didn't know.
But you said earlier she killed her. How did she kill her?
Victoria took the meth that was on the table, and then Jessica stabbed her in the stomach. In her back.
So I guess I'm a little confused, and I think I see what you're talking about. Because it's either your daughter went into the room and she died and you left. Or it's your daughter took meth, went into the room, you guys left, came back and found her dead. Which one is it?
The second.
So you were gone.
Yes.
You weren't even there when she was dying. Okay. And so you come back and you guys make this plan like, great, now we're gonna get in trouble, so we gotta get rid of the body. Am I right?
Yes, but I didn't want to have no part in it.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
But this is your daughter.
I know.
This is
I know.
Victoria. This is your baby.
How did Victoria die, do you know?
She tasted the meth that was on the table.
Okay, so because you said something a minute ago, you said that Jessica stabbed her?
And it was after she was already dead.
Okay.
So you know that she took the meth and that's what killed her. Okay. So you guys or you watched, but Jessica and Fabian cut your daughter up, Victoria. They cut her arms off, they cut her leg off, they cut her from here to here, Victoria. They cut her. And you watch, right?
I couldn't. After I saw that she was starting to cut her arm, I left.
What do you mean you left?
I went outside.
Okay. So explain to me what happened after that. You guys started cleaning up?
And they started cleaning up.
What did you do?
I went in the kitchen,
What did you do in the
getting
kitchen?
ready to make dinner, making the tacos. And then Fabian took over after he was finished.
So after you guys cut the arms off of Victoria, cut her leg off, and wrapped her up in a blanket and put her in the bathtub, right? Then you went and made dinner. And what did Jessica and Fabian do?
I feel like nothing ever happened.
Okay. Were they cleaning up?
And Jessica was.
Jessica was she cleaning up where? What part of the house was she cleaning?
Matthew's room.
Okay.
Then that's when I saw her take the blankets from his room to the washing machine.
Okay.
Because the washing machines are in the kitchen.
So where did they cut her up at?
The bathtub.
In the bathtub? So where did they cut her arms off at?
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom. Okay. Did you, when they were cutting her up, Victoria, did you ever touch Victoria or hold on to her, hold her arm? Did you ever hold her
No, because
steady?
they threatened me saying if I go near them, that they're gonna kill me.
Okay. So you go and make dinner. Okay. And they are cleaning. And then what happens after that?
Once dinner was done, I go in my room and I eat.
Okay.
And I
so
only
you
ate one
eat.
taco.
Well, because you were probably sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
So then I put the other one in the fridge.
Okay.
And then that's when I went back in the room. And I went to try and lay down.
Okay. And how did this all happen? How did the fight happen?
And that's
Okay. Okay. Did they think you were gonna try to get away?
yes, because when I got up out of bed because I couldn't sleep. When I got up, that's when Jessica explained if I believed in God. And that was my hint right there, that she was trying to kill me. So I was gonna get up because I saw the iron in her hand. And when I got up, that's when she hit me. And I was holding like this. And I went outside into the living room. And then that's where everything else took place.
Okay.
She just started beating me and beating me.
Now you and Fabian both left out of the front door. And I know that you left together because the neighbors you guys woke the neighbors up and they all watched you. Okay? So you and Fabian left together out the front. What did you guys decide you were gonna tell police? Because you now have to call police, you're very hurt. What did you guys decide to tell the police?
And Jessica did.
That Jessica did it. Okay. Okay. I'd like to do something with you really quick, okay? Can you draw me kind of your apartment? Like where your daughter's room is, where your bedroom is, where the kitchen is, where the bathroom, you know what I mean? Can you draw that for me? And if you can, kind of put walls so that way I can see where. So that's the master bedroom.
But then there's like a little hallway,
Okay.
and then there's the bathroom.
Okay.
And the master bedroom.
So can you put like a box just so that, or however the bathroom is shaped, just so that way I know? Okay, so this is the bathroom that's
In
the
the
master
master,
bathroom, okay. Okay,
And then there's the door to my bedroom.
okay,
And then there's the living room. The patio door.
okay, so patio. And then where's your daughter's room? Where's Victoria's room?
And
Sorry. So can you just put Victoria's room?
yeah, it's like the living room's there, and then there's like a little hallway that goes this way,
Okay.
and then 2 bedrooms split off this way,
Mhm.
and then this is Victoria's room,
And
and
then
then
what?
this is mine.
Okay, so they have separate rooms.
Mhm.
Okay,
And then here's the bathroom,
okay.
and then this is the kitchen, and then this is the front door.
Front door, okay. So, can you show me where on here, can you show me, because you said that there's a table in the living room,
Yes.
where the meth was, so can you show me where that table's at?
I have my couch here against the wall, and then I have the little living room table right there, and it was right there on the table.
Okay, so can you just put meth in an arrow, just so that way I know that that's what that's at? All right, so where did Victoria go when this was missing?
She was sitting on the couch.
Okay, so can you just put like V1 for Victoria 1, so that way we can show that that's where she was at when the meth was on the table?
Okay.
Okay,
And then she, because I have a little thing here that has the TV.
okay,
And then she got up, and then she went to her bedroom.
okay. So can you, and we'll just flip this over so you can use your back. Can you show me, say this is her bedroom, can you show me where her bed and her dresser and that type of stuff are?
Her bed is next to the bedroom.
Okay, so can you just put bed, just so that way I know what it is? And
And
then,
then she has her TV.
and where's the door at to get into the bedroom?
The door is on this side.
Okay, so can you just put door, just so that way I know how you get in? Okay. And where, when you found Victoria, or when Fabian found Victoria and said she's not breathing, can you show me where she was at in the room?
On the bed.
Okay, so can you just draw Victoria on the bed? Okay, and so can you put V2? Okay, so Victoria's on the bed, she's not breathing. So we know where the room's at, I'm gonna turn it back over. So where did she go from here in her room? Where did she go? Or where was she taken?
Into the bathroom.
Into the bathroom? Okay. So when she's in her bedroom here, how can I ask it? What was the first thing that was cut off of her?
Or the first thing that happened to her body after she was dead? Was she stabbed? Was she cut? What was the first thing?
She was stabbed.
And who did that?
Jessica
Did she just stab her or did she slice her?
did that.
Okay.
So straight up and down into her body?
Yeah.
And this was in
And
her,
then she went up.
this was in her bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take your pen, the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm gonna draw something on here. So we're gonna say that this is Jessica, the center, okay? Can you show me where, or Victoria, can you show me where Jessica stabbed her? And we'll say that's like her torso. Where did she stab her?
In the stomach.
Okay.
And she went up.
Okay, so she went up, so can you put an arrow up? And then did she stop there?
And then she went down.
And then she went down. Okay. then what happened to Victoria after that?
They left him in the bathtub.
So she still had her arms when she went into the bathtub?
I know they cut one off.
They cut one of her arms off on the bed? Okay.
One or both?
What?
Okay. And then they put her in the bed? When did they cut off her second arm?
After they put him in the bathtub.
Okay. When did they cut her leg?
But she was in the bath.
When she was in the bath?
What were they saying when they were cutting her? What were they talking about?
They were saying if you say anything to anybody, you're gonna be the next one.
Was there anything else? Anything you can remember?
Oh,
Did they talk about where they were going to put her body? What they were going to do with it?
they didn't, I don't remember.
Anything else you remember that they said? I know it's hard. I know it's very traumatic.
Did they talk to each other?
If they did, it was low where I couldn't hear.
Did they say anything to you? Did they tell you they were sorry? Did
No,
they tell Victoria they were sorry?
no, they had no remorse.
Did anybody use the iron for anything at that point? Was anybody have the iron?
No, that came when Jessica started fighting with me.
Okay. So you never saw the iron before she hit you with it?
No,
Okay.
What about the knives that they used? Where are they?
and put them in the knife box.
They threw them back in the knife box?
No, they left. I got it from the knife box. The knife box.
Okay. What did they do with them after they cut Victoria with them? Where are they? It's okay. Did you take them somewhere?
I didn't take it back.
Okay. Where did they take them? It's okay.
We got rid of them
Where?
in the trap.
In the trash? What trash?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen trash? And then where did that trash go?
To the dumpster.
To the dumpster? Which one?
The one by my apartment's on this side.
So can you,
I think.
here, show me on this. Show me where the dumpster is in relationship to your apartment.
My apartment's right here. And then the dumpster's like right there. And there's two of them.
Who threw it away? Who threw them away?
And it's okay if you did.
No,
It's
I
okay.
did it. I did it.
Who went outside and threw them away?
Jessica did.
Okay. And I'm sorry, explain to me real quick this again.
This is my building.
Okay, where is your apartment?
It's right up here.
Okay. And where is the dumpster?
Here.
Okay.
Do you know, was there just one knife or was there two?
It was two because they were both using one.
They were both using one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Michelle, where did they put, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's, I just wanted, so this is the end of your building, right?
Yeah, on the top.
Okay, and there's not an apartment here, right?
It's behind the dumpsters. It's building 10.
So the dumpsters are in front of building 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Corey, sorry.
What did they do with Victoria's arms? Where did they put those? Okay, I know it's really difficult.
Okay.
Do you remember? I know. Are they in the house?
I didn't see them in the house.
Okay. Maybe, let me ask you this, maybe it'll refresh your memory a little bit, okay? Do you remember them wrapping Victoria in a trash bag? Do you remember that? When did they do that? Or a bag, I don't know if it was a trash bag. Did they wrap her in plastic?
No, but they had the trash bags under the sink.
In the kitchen?
They used those?
And both of them lifted her up and put her in there.
Okay.
And was it before they started cutting her or after?
After.
After which part? Her arms or after her leg? I know. I know I'm asking you really difficult questions, okay? I know it's really hard to think about. Do you remember when they put her in the trash bag?
I don't remember exactly. But I know it was after they cut one of her limbs. I don't remember exactly.
Was it before they put her in the bathtub?
It was after.
After? Okay.
Now you put 2 dumpsters on here. Which one did the knife get thrown into? And I'm sorry to go back to this. I just want to make sure we look in the right one.
This one.
This one. Okay. All right.
Michelle, why was there boiling water when the police got to your apartment? What was the water for? Do you remember that?
No, because I had left and went to the neighbor's house when I
Okay.
escaped after Jessica started beating me up. I finally escaped. And then I heard the alarms going off. And I stayed in the neighbor's house sitting down because I was dizzy.
And Fabian was with you?
Yeah, he was with me by the apartments.
Why was he with you? Did he follow you?
No, he was there first because he told them to call the cops. So when I finally escaped Jessica from beating me up and I finally got out the door, I was gonna go knock on my neighbor's door right next to me. And that's when Fabian called me, he's come over here, over here. That's when I went over there and I went to the neighbor's house and sat down.
Okay.
And then I don't know what went on after. All I heard was the smoke alarms. So she was probably trying to set my house on fire.
Did they talk about fire when you were there? Or?
No.
No?
So all I heard was the alarms.
Michelle,
And Jessica was the only one in the house at that time.
Michelle, did they talk about putting Victoria in a car and taking her somewhere? Or what they were gonna do with her?
They didn't mention it to me.
So they didn't have...
Because it
didn't
would have
say
been
that?
my car.
Okay.
But Michelle, there was a conversation that you guys had about what you were gonna do with Victoria, with her body.
What were you gonna do?
And if it's easier, what were they gonna do to Victoria? What were they gonna do with her body? Okay.
I know it's hard to talk about. We wouldn't ask you if it wasn't important, do you know?
I know. I know. She was my one and only. She's my one and only miracle child.
And you were a good mom. You're not a bad person. Michelle, what were they gonna do with Victoria's body?
They were gonna try to take my car,
Okay.
but I wouldn't let them get the keys.
Okay, and what were they gonna do with your car?
Take her somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay. Did
Just to
they
get rid of her.
say what they were gonna do or how they were gonna get rid of her?
I don't know. They just said they were gonna get rid of her.
Michelle, let me go back for a second, okay? Was Fabian or Jessica, were they cleaning up blood with the boiling water? Do you remember that?
No, but Fabian was cleaning something off the floor in the kitchen, but I don't know what it was. He was cleaning something.
And you might have already told the other detectives, but I wasn't here, I don't think. Did they clean the bed by throwing the sheets somewhere? What'd they do with the sheets?
They put it in the washing machine.
Okay. And was there any blood anywhere else in the house they needed to clean up? On the floor? In the bathroom?
Just mine that I know of.
Okay.
Okay.
Michelle, one more thing, okay? Did Jessica ever specifically say anything to you about how she killed Victoria? Do you know how she killed her? Or do you not know?
She never mentioned to me that she was even gonna do that.
Do what?
Kill her.
So how do you know she killed her?
Because she was the only one in my house.
Okay.
So did she kill her or did she take meth and die? And you need to be completely honest because we've heard two stories. Did she take meth and she died? Or did Jessica kill her? Remember, be honest. Okay?
Michelle, you don't have to worry about them hurting you, okay? Well, we need the truth because we want to do what's right for Victoria, and we need to bring her justice, okay? And so that's why we're asking.
When we go to autopsy tomorrow, is Victoria going to have meth in her system? She will not.
So then how did she die, Michelle?
What happened?
Do what's right by Victoria, and tell the truth, okay? The truth is the hardest thing in the world, but it'll be a weight off your shoulders, and you know what? It's what Victoria needs so that she can rest in peace. We need to know the truth. We can't leave here having ever thought that we don't know the truth, because she deserves that. Okay? How did Victoria die?
She tried.
She what?
She tried it.
She tried what?
The drugs on the table.
So Victoria did take the meth on the table? So will there be meth in her system? Yeah.
So why did you just tell us no a second ago, Michelle? It's
I
confusing
was
to me.
afraid. I was
What are you afraid of?
Do you think we're gonna blame you? And why are you afraid to tell us that she took meth?
because I feel like a failure.
It doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
Yeah. People make mistakes. Accidents happen. You know what I mean?
Michelle, did somebody do something to Victoria after she took the meth to make sure that she stayed asleep? That you know of?
That I can recall. I can't remember much.
So did you lie about Jessica killing your daughter because that was the plan when you and Fabian got attacked? And it's okay if you did. I understand why you would be dishonest. But I need to know because we can't, I don't want Jessica to get in trouble for something that she did or did not do. So if she killed your daughter, we need to know that. But if she didn't kill your daughter, if it was an accident that she took these drugs, we also need to know that too. Does that make sense? Okay. Did Jessica kill your daughter?
No.
No? Okay. Did your daughter die because there was meth left on the table and she took some?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Did you guys cut her apart because you were afraid to call police because she had died from drugs and you were afraid that you would get in trouble?
They did, yes.
They did. Okay. Did Michelle kill Victoria? Okay. Was it an accident?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Did anybody force Victoria to eat the meth?
No.
And nobody had to try it?
Do you wish now that you had called police when she took it?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you being 100% honest with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am.
Where is the meth? Oh, sorry.
No. So, I just want to go back just to make sure that we're clear, okay? Because you gave us a couple conflicting things a few minutes ago. Detective Leah here asked you if we would find meth in her blood. Because when you take meth, just like when you eat, especially drugs, it goes into your blood, okay? So they can test to see if she has meth in her blood, okay? In her body.
Mm-hmm.
You initially said no. And then you, a minute later, said yes. So I just want to make sure that we understand Victoria, we will find meth in Victoria's when we test her in her body.
Okay.
Will we find, when they do their tests, they can tell how somebody died, okay? They can tell if it's from, if they're strangled, or if they drowned, or if they're shot, electrocuted to death, all those kind of things, okay? Or they can tell if somebody had a medical episode because of drugs. Based on everything you know, what is the test gonna say the reason that Victoria died?
That she killed him.
Now, I don't know how familiar you are with drugs.
I'm not.
Okay, so how
Because I
much?
don't do them.
Okay. Well, when you saw the baggie on the table, how big was the baggie? Was it as big as a marble?
This one, like this, like maybe like that.
So have you ever
Was
heard?
it a square? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big do you think it was? How much do you think?
Can you draw it?
Yeah, draw it on the paper.
This big. And then it had the little Ziploc thing there.
So that's the size of it?
Yeah, just about.
And what was it? Was it powdery? What did it look like? Crystals? What did it look like?
It was powdery. It looked like baking soda.
Can you draw the actual size of it? So that way we can kind of see how big it was.
It's like a little, I think it's about that big.
And then you said it had a top on it?
Yeah, with the Ziploc.
Okay, I know what you're talking
on
about.
those little heads.
And she took all of it?
Not with it. Some of it.
So you guys found the baggie later? Where was it?
On the floor next to the couch.
Okay, how much was left in the bag? Compared to when you saw it the first time?
Like, so
When you saw it the second time or the first time?
the second time.
And how much was in it the first time?
Got to you.
Okay.
Was it, you said it was like crystals?
The powder.
Powder.
Like baking soda.
Okay. But you think it was meth?
It looked like it.
Michelle, how, when you and Fabian, I'm gonna jump here a little bit, okay, so try to hang in there with me. You, and correct me if I missed something, okay, if I'm mistaken. Victoria said she was gonna go to bed, right? Because she felt sleepy after you saw the bag missing, right? You and Fabian then left Victoria at the house with Jessica, and you and Fabian went to Fabian's brother's house and bought some marijuana, right? Okay, then when you guys came back, you guys were in the car listening to music, and that's when Jessica brought Victoria onto the porch, was holding her, right? When you guys went inside at that point, that's when you realized that Victoria was dead? Okay. How long were you gone from the time when after you checked on her and you and Fabian left? How long from the time you walked out the door till the time you walked back in the door, roughly?
About an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay.
And this is after she's already come home from school? Okay.
And so she tells you, "Mommy, I'm tired. I'm gonna go lay down." You guys had come home from school and everything. And you said that was about what time that you think?
She went to her neighbors. They get off the bus at 4. And sometimes the bus is late, so they get there about 4:15. So she went to her friend's house at 4:30, and then her friend had to come out, so she went to my house
Okay.
after that, and that's when she went inside with Jessica.
Okay.
Because her friend's mom texted me
So
and
that
let me
makes
know
more
that.
sense.
So what time do you think it was when you guys went back in the house, when you saw Jessica on the porch with Victoria, roughly?
I say about 5:05, 5:15, because it wasn't that long after we got there.
Do you remember talking to your dad on the phone yesterday?
My dad, yes.
What time did he call you?
I don't remember. It was after she got home from school.
Okay. So I'm asking because I'm just trying to figure out how long after Victoria laid down that you realized she was dead. If it was an hour or 2 hours. So you think about an hour, maybe a little over.
Because I usually go check on her.
But the first time you checked on her, and sorry, Corey, I just want to make sure this is right.
She
The
was
first,
breathing.
she was still breathing. How long after that did Fabian check on her?
About another hour, hour and a half.
So 2 hours.
Yeah.
Two to 2.5 hours, and she was dead. Okay.
Okay, so when you guys went in to the house after you bought the marijuana, Jessica told you she put her down to go to sleep, right? And you guys didn't check on her right away?
No, I didn't. She's like, she's heavy. I was like, yeah, I know she's 74 pounds. I was like, she's a dead sleeper.
Okay, and then about an hour after that, Fabian went in to check on her. And what did he say when he came out?
She's not breathing.
Okay. And what, did Jessica say anything at that point?
No, she ain't quiet.
Okay. And then you went in and checked if she was breathing? And then how long was it after that that they decided to start cutting up her body? Pretty fast?
It's about 5 minutes.
Michelle, can you do me a favor? Can you sign this and this? And it just shows that I didn't draw it, and I did draw this one, so I want to make a note of that. And if you can put the date, it is August 24th. I think we're, anything else?
I'm checking real quick, but I think we're good.
All right, and then I'm just gonna flip it and I'll have you do the same thing on that one.
Michelle, I appreciate you being honest with us,
Yeah.
okay? It's what Victoria deserves.
And she was a good kid.
Is there anything that I can get you right now? And we'll come back in and just,
Hey, just sit tight for a minute,
in just a
okay?
few minutes.
Do you need any
Is there a
water?
way you get a hold of her mom?
Yeah, I can do it, Liver. Do you,
You know we talked to her, right?
No.
Yeah, she showed up at the apartment and we talked to her, so she knows Victoria's okay. Her and your dad showed up, and there was no way we were not gonna be able to tell them because they were very insistent. They knew something was wrong, okay? So you're wanting your parents to know that she's no longer with us, okay?
okay, just real quick, is his DNA gonna be on Victoria?
I hope not.
No,
So, like-
from holding
Like
her.
if I grab Corey, my
Oh, no,
DNA is gonna,
no.
But you said they were holding her to cut her,
Jessica was holding her arms.
so he never touched her, he just only held a knife, or what?
Mm-hmm.
what about when they put her in the trash bag? You said they both lifted her up and put her in the trash bag.
The pieces.
Well, that's still Victoria, whether it's an arm or it's a leg, it's still your daughter, it's still Victoria. Right? So, is his DNA gonna be on her arm or on her leg if he picked up the pieces and put them in this bag?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Michelle?
I'm sorry, I misconstrued.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay.
I'm not in the right
I'm
state right
gonna
now.
ask you something, and I don't want you to take offense to it, but I have a job to do, okay? And I'm not accusing you of anything, but I feel like you're being honest with us, and I just have to ask you, because I don't feel like I've asked you flat out, okay? You're in a horrible situation, and there's people doing horrible things to the body of your daughter, okay? And you've also told me that they're threatening you. So I understand, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna tell you you're a monster, you messed up, you did the wrong thing, okay? I need to know right now. Because, so here's what you need to understand. We're getting your statement, right? We're talking to you and we're getting your side of the story. We've also been talking to Fabian for a long time, okay? And we're gonna talk to Jessica for a long time. So we're gonna get all the pieces, and we're gonna go what everybody says, and we're gonna compare it with the evidence, okay? But because I don't like to be surprised after this, I like to walk out of these, especially in a situation like this, where I hope you can understand this, where I can go home and go to bed at night and know that I did the best job that I could for Victoria's sake, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that I know that I'm not gonna lay there wondering, I should have asked one more question, or did she lie to me about something, okay? I need to know that I know the truth, okay? At any point, and it's okay if you did, I just need to know. And I know the situation is horrible, okay? And it's scary, and they're threatening you. I just need to know, because at some point when all the physical evidence comes back, I don't want it to come back and it tell me something that you lied to me about,
Right.
or that I forgot to ask you.
Mhm.
So at any point, did you hold Victoria's limbs while they cut her?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did you at any time use a knife or any other object to help dismember Victoria?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did you touch her or move her or anything while she was in the bathtub?
No,
Did you assist with putting her in the trash bag?
no,
So at no point after she died, okay, when Fabian came out and said she wasn't breathing, did you go touch her?
I touched her stomach to see if her stomach was going up and down, and I was checking her pulse.
Okay.
And that was the last time I touched her.
Okay. So after that, did you ever have any physical contact with the body of your daughter? I just need to know for certain, you know, that's why I gotta ask, I know that's hard.
I didn't even get to tell her I love her.
All right, we're gonna take a break. Is there anything else I can get
Do
you?
you need any water?
Water?
Please.
Okay.
Do you need a bathroom break, man? Use the restroom?
We got water. And I'll bring you some more back. Anything else you need right now? Okay. Michelle, real quick, and it's just the detective was speaking to Fabian. After Victoria passed away, and it must have been just absolutely so difficult. Before you went and made dinner, after you guys had, or after Fabian and Jessica cut her up, when did you and Fabian have intercourse? And was it forced? Or
It wasn't forced.
Okay, so when did you guys have sex?
It was before we went to bed.
Before you went to bed? Was it before or after you ate?
After.
After you ate, okay. So, okay. So, and I just want to make sure, so she takes the meth, she dies. They cut her up, and then they clean up. And then you guys had made dinner, and then after that, you had sexual intercourse with Fabian before you went to bed. Okay, all right, okay. I just want to verify what he's saying, just so that way I can make sure that we have the correct story. Okay, all right. Thank you. Michelle, I'm gonna ask you one question, and it's a very serious question, okay? Who was raping your daughter? Who was sexually assaulting your daughter?
She's 6 years.
Who was sexually assaulting your daughter, Michelle? Because you knew about it.
That was my ex-boyfriend.
That was your ex-boyfriend?
Yes, and that's why I got rid of him.
What's his name?
David Hernandez.
Is he assaulting your son as well?
Not that I know of.
Michelle.
Because my son is barely with me. He's mostly with his
Michelle.
father.
Was he assaulting your son as well?
Not really, no.
When did
What,
Fabian?
time out.
Yeah.
What the, to be frank, what the fuck does not really know mean when it comes to raping a child? Was he assaulting your son or not?
No.
Okay, that was the most, out of all the answers you've given me, that was the most deceptive answer you've given me all day. You need to, this isn't the time, that you're not in trouble for it, we gotta know what's going on.
Mhm.
Was he assaulting your son as well?
No.
When did you find out that Fabian and Jessica were sexually active with your daughter? When did you find out? And be honest.
Not too long ago.
Not too long ago, okay.
Because if I would have known that, I would have totally
Okay.
get out.
So, how much meth were they giving her so that way they could sexually assault her?
Probably quite a few.
They gave it to her quite a few times? Okay.
How would they give it to her?
You just put it in her mouth.
Okay.
Like that.
How did she die last night? While she was being assaulted, how did she die?
No,
Nope.
no.
Meth is not what killed her.
The meth probably contributed to it. We know for a fact the meth is not what killed her. How did she die, Michelle?
Okay, let's go back. When did you find out that Fabian was having sex with your daughter, with Victoria? How long ago?
Just recently.
Just recently?
What is recently? How
Like
many days?
days, weeks,
Days.
Days?
A couple days.
like a couple of days, like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days?
2.
2 days, okay? And when did you find out that Jessica was also sexually assaulting your daughter? Were they doing this together?
Yes.
Okay. How did you find out about it? Did you walk in on it? It's okay, but I need to know. Did you walk in on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were both on it.
They were both on your daughter? Okay. So 2 days ago you find out that they're raping your daughter. Am I right? Okay. So how would they do it?
Well, out at work.
But how? How would they, I asked you about them giving her meth.
Mhm.
Was last night the first time that she had had meth?
As far as I know, that I've seen.
So you watched them give her meth last night? You described how they did it, so when did they give her the meth?
When she was sitting on the couch watching TV.
And does it make it easier for her, or it doesn't make it easier for them so she doesn't fight? What does the meth do?
It calms her down.
It calms her down so they can have sex with her. Okay. And while they were having sex with her, how did they kill her? And I don't want to hear because of the meth again. How did they kill her, Michelle? How did they kill Victoria?
stabbing her.
Are you guessing? Or are you telling me that? Because you were in the room while she was being sexually assaulted. You were there. Did you participate?
No,
Did you watch?
no,
You just watched? You were there. When your daughter was being sexually assaulted, you were there. Where were you?
no.
You were in the bedroom. In your bedroom or your daughter's bedroom?
I was in my bedroom.
Okay, and where were Fabian and Jessica?
So I thought they were having a cigarette, but they weren't.
What were they doing?
No. You watched them give them her meth, and you knew what they were gonna do. Don't play, let's not start playing games now, girl. They weren't having a cigarette, you knew they were raping your daughter. Where were they raping your daughter? What room?
In her room.
Okay.
How did you participate? I don't think that you assaulted your daughter.
No,
Did you help hold her down?
no.
You, and I appreciate you being honest about what Jessica and Fabian have done. Okay. But the only thing that you're not being honest about is your involvement. Okay. So, when Jessica and Fabian were in the room sexually assaulting your daughter, what part did you take in that act? You let them do it?
Which I shouldn't have.
Okay. Were you having sexual intercourse with Fabian or Jessica while they had sex with your daughter?
No,
Did you have sex with Fabian right after he had sex with your daughter?
yes,
Okay.
Did Fabian put his penis in your daughter's vagina or any other part of her body? Her mouth or her butt?
not that I could see.
What was he doing to her? I need to know.
He was been going on top of her
With what?
with his penis on top. He
Did
wasn't
he
inside.
put his penis in your daughter?
Not inside, no.
Was he rubbing it in the lips of her vagina?
Yes.
So it
It's
penetrated.
possible.
So it penetrated the lips of her vagina. Was he completely naked or was he clothed?
He had his shorts down with his shirt off.
Okay.
And what was Jessica doing to your daughter?
She was holding her
How?
by her arms and her shoulders, so, and her feet. Maybe was holding her feet.
What were you holding? What were you holding? Be honest.
I'll be honest.
So you just watched? Yeah, you just watched, but you didn't help hold her down.
No.
Okay.
Did you, while they were doing this, did you have any physical contact with Jessica or Fabian or your daughter of any sort?
No.
How soon did Fabian ejaculate on or inside your daughter?
On
On?
top of her stomach.
Was your daughter saying anything?
Stop, stop.
What was Jessica saying?
Just shut up.
What was Fabian saying?
He wasn't really saying much. He was just,
And you just stood there and watched? You just let them do this to your daughter? Yes?
but I should have stopped there.
And then how long after he ejaculated on your daughter did he have sex with you?
Like 15, 20 minutes.
How long was Victoria alive after she was raped? Or was she dead after she was raped? Did they kill her then? I need to know.
Yes.
Yes to what?
They killed him.
When?
And they raped him.
When they raped her?
Mhm.
And how did they kill her? How? Michelle, how did they kill your daughter?
You were there, you watched it. You saw.
You're the only person who can bring any sort of justice to this awful, horrible crime.
Mhm.
You're the
How?
only person who can help us. So help us. How did they kill your daughter?
By raping her.
Explain that to me, I don't understand. He raped her so hard she died?
He covered her mouth.
With what?
Tape.
Okay. I thought you said she was screaming.
She finally got it because it's the mouth tape. If it gets wet.
Michelle,
She,
stop. Let's go back to when we were being honest. This is your just turned 10-year-old baby girl, Victoria, who is being held down on a bed so an adult man can rape her. You are the only one that is going to be able to tell us how she died because you were there. You were watching it. How did she die? And don't maybe this or I think that. How did she die? How did you see her die? How?
Did you kill her, Michelle?
no one did.
Okay. Who killed her?
Fabian and Jessica.
How did Fabian and Jessica kill Victoria? Michelle, how did they kill your daughter?
Raping her and holding her down.
How are they holding her down? Because if I hold on to Corey's arms, it's not going to kill him. Where were
choking
they
her?
holding her?
I don't know.
Whose hands were on her neck?
The Fabian's hands because he was on top of her.
And whose hand was on her mouth?
Jessica.
When he was done, when he ejaculated on your daughter, was she dead already? Or was she still alive?
She wasn't moving.
After he was done, did they do anything to ensure that she was dead? What did they do? What did they do to make sure that she was dead, Michelle?
Oh my God.
No, that's not good enough. What did they do when they were done raping your daughter and holding her by her neck? What did they do? We have to know. We're way past playing any games here, girl. Did they do anything?
This.
Okay.
Where did you get that?
I know.
Where, when you guys started having sex with Victoria, where did it start? In the living room or in the bedroom? In the bedroom? Whose bedroom?
In hers.
In hers?
Michelle, were you clothed or were you naked?
I was clothed.
Was Jessica clothed or was she naked?
She had her top off.
And Fabian, you said he had his shorts on with his penis exposed?
He had them pulled down, but he had no shirt on.
And was Victoria naked?
Yeah. She had her pants on.
Who took Victoria's clothes off?
They took the pants off. Jessica took her shirt off.
What did you do with her underwear? What did you do with Victoria's underwear?
Took them, put them in the laundry basket.
You took them and you put them in the laundry basket. Why? What was on them?
Ejaculation from the finger.
What else?
Blood.
And why was there blood on them?
Because he penetrated.
Because he penetrated her. Okay.
And then 20 minutes later, you had sex with Fabian?
Okay. I'm gonna take a break for a minute.
Let's take a break.
I think I need a break for a minute. Alright, we'll be back in just a minute.
Let me get you some more water, girl. Oh, you got some?
Alright. Michelle, Corey actually has a couple of questions to ask you, and there was a couple of things that I just wanted to follow up on before we, kind of got everybody out of here. I know that you said that 2 days ago you learned that Jessica and Fabian were having sex with your daughter, right? Okay. How, and I know that this is going to be hard to answer, okay, but I want to get you the best help I can, okay? How long have you been sexually assaulting your daughter?
I've never sexually assaulted my daughter.
Okay. How long have you been inviting men into your house to sexually assault your daughter?
The only two that I know of is David and them.
Okay. But you've allowed it?
No, I kicked him out, but then I found out about them too, and then
What did David do to your daughter?
he was like trying to kiss her on the lips and stuff
Did
like
he-
that. And
did he rape
he was
your
trying
daughter?
to put his fingers down there. And
Did he rape your daughter?
no, I took her and got tested, and it came out negative.
Did you report it to the police?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, when did you find out that Fabian and Jessica were assaulting your son?
I didn't know they were assaulting my son.
We are not going, okay. We know that there's been sexual contact on your son. We've been doing a lot of stuff since you guys called 911 last night, okay? One of those things is interviewing your son and making sure that he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I need to know is who is sexually assaulting your son. Be honest.
I always thought it was his father because he'd always watch porn in front of him and everything, and every time he would come home from his house, he would touch Victoria inappropriately, and I'd ask him where he get that from, and he would tell me, well, Daddy watches naked girls.
Michelle, you have been bringing men to your apartment to use your daughter and sexually assault your daughter. This is not the first time that this has happened. This is not the first time that your daughter has been raped. I'm just going to use the word because that's what it is. You were allowing men to come over and have sex with your daughter, and in turn also having sex with you. Help me understand that.
What do you get out of it? Is it a turn on for you?
No.
Then help.
Because I would never do that to my daughter.
But you did last night. And the only reason that we're sitting here today, Michelle, is that it went a little further than it ever has before. This time she died. You weren't ready for the type of animals that these people were, and it went further than you anticipated. But let's start with this. How many times what happened last night, minus her dying, how many times have you watched or that you know that Fabian and Jessica have had sex with your daughter since they've been in your house? How many times?
Like 3 times.
I think it's probably more than that.
That you watched?
That I know about.
How many times did you watch?
There was only that one.
How many times did you watch? Be honest.
Michelle, we know you watched. How many times did you watch? Every time?
Mostly.
So does it turn you on when Fabian has sex with you after? Is that what it is? That I'm just trying to understand.
No, it doesn't.
But you have sex with him immediately after, right?
I don't know why.
Okay.
Did David come into your house and have sex with your daughter while you watched?
No.
That wasn't a very honest answer. I'm going to ask you again. Did David come into your house and have sex with your daughter while you watched?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many times?
Twice.
How many other men have come into your house and had sex with your daughter while you watched? I need to know. Like I said, Victoria is dead. Whatever somebody believes about the afterlife or doesn't believe about the afterlife, the only thing we have anymore is to bring her justice.
Yeah.
And to be frank with you, by the sound of the things that she was experiencing, it sounds like death was the easy way out for her. Because it sounds like some pretty horrible things have happened to her in her life. So do me this one favor as a human being. Human being to human being. How many other men are out there that have come into your house and have had sex with your daughter or your son? And I need to know, and I need to know their names, and I need to know their information, because I guarantee you they are out there doing this to another child right now. So if there's any saving grace in this for you, you could potentially help another child from being victimized and being in the same exact situation that Victoria was 10 hours ago. If there's any way that you can do right by her, it would be that. How many men have come into your house and had sex with your daughter while you washed?
We have David, and we have Fabian. Who else?
And men or women, let's put it that way.
I'm not friends with much women.
Okay, so men. We have David, and we know Fabian. Who else?
There's one other guy, Joshua.
Joshua what?
What's his last name? Gray.
Where does he live?
That I don't know where he lives.
Do you have a phone number for him?
In my phone, but I don't have my phone.
Okay. And how many times did he come over and have sex with your daughter?
Once.
How many times did he come over and have sex with your daughter?
Once.
One time.
Mm-hmm.
How many men have had sex with your son? Or women have had sex with your son, either or. I need to know. So he's not a victim anymore. How many men?
Two.
Two?
Who are they? What are their names?
One was Dave.
One was David.
Mm-hmm.
Hernandez?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who was the other one?
And I believe the other one is his father.
David's father?
No, Matthew's father.
You believe or you know? This is very important. Have you ever watched Matthew's father have sex with Matthew?
And I've watched.
How do you know that he has done it then?
I don't know for a fact.
Have you ever watched Matthew's dad have sex with Matthew?
Or Victoria?
No.
No? Okay. Then, but you said you know he does. How?
Because every time he comes home from him, he's always doing inappropriate things.
Okay.
Like he would always try and look at like girls'
And,
tops.
and you don't think that that's because, so you allowed David Hernandez to have sex with Matthew?
Yes. Yes?
Okay. And that was how many times? Twice?
And how many times did he have sex with Victoria?
3 times.
Was this at the same time or separate incidents?
It's separate.
Okay.
Did he have sex with you every time?
No, not every time.
Did the way that you relax Victoria is to give her meth? Did you give Matthew the same thing so that way he would relax?
Mm-hmm.
What would you give Matthew to relax?
I can give him ZQL.
ZQL? Is that like a nighttime make him drowsy kind of thing? Okay.
Sure.
Were you receiving any money from these people to have sex with your children?
No.
You did it because you enjoyed watching?
No.
Okay, Michelle, we're right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you allow these people to have sex with your children because you like to watch? Be honest.
Mm-hmm.
watching? Okay.
Michelle, are there any pornographic images or videos of any of these sexual acts being done to your children?
Mhm.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Is there a video of Victoria being raped and murdered last night?
No.
Are there any videos of Matthew or Victoria being raped by any of these men?
No.
Where are you meeting these people?
And David, I met when I used to work with him. And then Josh and these two I met off of POF.
And are they coming over for the sole purpose of having sex with your children? Is that the understanding you guys have when you talk?
That's what I thought.
So your understanding is that they will come over, have sex with your kids, and then have sex with you? That's kind of how it works? Do they know this when you're on the website? No? It's something that you talk about after you meet them?
No.
How do you find people that want to do this?
I don't tell them.
You don't tell who?
The people I meet.
So how did you know that David would want to have sex with your child?
Because I saw the signs that he would give to her.
Okay, so you watched them.
The signs that he would do. And the things that he would do.
And then do you tell them it's okay to have sex with your children? That you like that?
No.
Okay, so
Be honest, Michelle.
Michelle, listen. It's a very small population of the world who's willing to have sex with a child. That's just being frank, okay? The fact that you have 3 men who in the last, I'm guessing, about a year, have come over and had sex with your children as well as you, means that you were intentionally seeking these people out and you know how to find them. So how are you doing that? How does the conversation start and end up with somebody having sex with your child in your apartment?
They asked me if I have any kids. I said I have 2.
Okay?
And then when they meet me, they want to meet them too.
Okay. So are there just kind of cues when you have conversations and you kind of know?
Mm-hmm.
And then before they come over, do they know they're going to have sex with your children?
No.
Michelle. They know before they come to your house that they're going to have sex with their children, don't they? The only way that it wouldn't, Jill, again, there's such a small population of people that are willing to do that. It's okay. After everything that's happened, I don't know why you're afraid to tell us this. This is like the least of everything. I'm just trying to understand your mindset and how this works, honestly, so that I can make sure other kids aren't victimized and that they don't die.
Mm-hmm.
So do you agree with these people over the internet or over the phone that they're going to come have sex with your children before they come over?
Yeah.
And where is that done?
At my house.
No, and I'm sorry, that was probably a little bit too vague. Are you on a chat line or on a website and you're telling them you can come have sex with my children? Or are you on the phone, or was it over text message? How did you communicate?
I just told them to come over and then it was talked about.
So you would tell them, come over. See, and here's what I don't understand. I can't go and talk to somebody who doesn't want to have sex with kids and them not report me.
So are you in a special chat room or a special, like if you go to Craigslist, are you, like it says men seeking men? Are you in a specific portion of the internet where people are looking to do this type of thing?
No.
Okay. Are you doing it over the phone or over the internet?
And it was over the POF.
What is POF?
Plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish?
Okay, so can you IM somebody, instant message them?
Yeah, well, you can message them, but you can't, like, you can message them, but you have to wait till they reply. You can't instant message them unless you're a member
Okay,
and you pay for the plan.
so you guys kind of email back and forth then?
Mhm.
Okay. And they ask you if you have kids, you tell them yes. Is some of the stuff they tell you cues that they may want to have sex with your children? And you kind of know the type of person you're looking for?
Sometimes.
Did you know that Fabian and Jessica both wanted to have sex with your child?
I did not know they didn't know. Then I just
No,
met
let's-
Vivian
let's-
just to like.
You knew Fabian did, because that was talked about. Am I right? You knew Fabian wanted to have sex with your daughter, because you guys discussed it. Am I right or am I wrong?
I didn't discuss that with him.
Yes, you did. You just told us you did. 5 minutes ago, you said that you talked to Fabian about having sex with your daughter, and that you allowed it, and that you watched. Is that true? Okay. I guess sometimes I don't understand why you'll tell the truth on these big, huge things, but on little things you try to lie. And it makes no sense to me. Do you know what I mean? Okay. A couple questions. With Matthew. Did David penetrate Matthew?
No, he had a well checkup and I had him checked and he did not.
Well, you watched. So did David have sexually penetrate your son with either his fingers or his penis?
His finger, but not his penis.
So he did penetrate him.
With his finger.
Would it be any different if it was with his penis? He's still penetrating him. Did he penetrate him with his penis? That you do this thing when you're not telling the truth.
You're not a good liar,
Yeah,
so you might as well
you're-
just keep being honest with us.
Did David penetrate Matthew with his penis?
Yes.
How many times? Both times?
Yes.
Did he penetrate Victoria with his penis?
No.
Why are you lying? You just tell us he penetrated Matthew. Why does it make it any worse that he penetrated Victoria?
We know that he did.
Did he penetrate Victoria with his penis? David.
Yes.
Okay. Can we just stop with
Yeah.
the lies? Okay.
Yeah.
We're way down the road, girl.
You know.
And I know that you probably think you're awful or whatever it is that you're trying to save
We don't.
face. But girl, we're way down the road, so let's just be honest so we can figure this out, okay? I have a question. Before Jessica showed up at your house, she's only been there for about 5 days, right?
Mhm.
How long have you been with Fabian? How long has he been in your house?
He's been in my house for about a month.
How many times has Fabian by himself had sex with your daughter?
Maybe about 3.
No, because you said, how many times did you say him and Jessica have? In the last month, how many times did Fabian have sex with your daughter? Was it every day?
Most likely.
Was it every day?
Yes.
Not
you-
most likely,
Yes.
not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you know that he was having sex with your daughter every day?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you watch every time?
No, because I worked.
How many times did Fabian have sex with your son Matthew during the last month?
About the same time.
Every day?
Mm-hmm.
Was the only reason he didn't last night because he wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
And does Fabian penetrate Matthew with his penis?
Yes.
We're out of time.
How many other children have you brought into your home that are not yours, that have had similar experience, have been raped?
None that I know. I
No,
only have the
that's,
2.
that's not, no. Have you ever brought children into your home that are not yours? Has anybody else brought children to your home Like another man brought his kids or a friend's kids or another woman brought her kids. Have any other children other than your own been sexually assaulted or raped inside your home?
No.
Have you gone to anybody else's house and taken part of a sexual act, including another child other than your own?
No.
So this has only happened with your children and other men that you've been involved with?
If I have more questions, I'm gonna come back and ask them, but.
Yeah.
Is there any child pornography or videos in that house?
No.
On
No.
computers,
No.
cell phones?
No. I don't have my computer.
You're very sure of that? Is that because you don't allow it? Or is it because if somebody records it, you make them delete it?
No. I don't allow it.
Has anybody ever filmed either your son or your daughter being raped?
No.
All right, we'll be back in if we have any more questions, but I think for the time being, are you okay? You want some more water?
Yeah.
Some water? Okay, let me get you some real quick. And are you good with that, or would you like something else to eat?
Do you have anything else?
I can get you something else. I'll be right back.